Well, hello and welcome everybody. Randy Replay here, welcoming you to Minnesota Vikings football. I bet you weren't expecting that, were you? As always, all across the SSN, online and on the air. Thursday night football here in Minnesota. Somebody's O has got to go in the Metro, and that is the moniker we are using for this evening's game, as the 1-0 Saints will meet the 1-0 Vikings on Thursday night football. Kickoff to the week. As you can see, Minnesota just playing 4 short days ago in Chicago. Winners 52-50. Minnesota is 1-0. The rest of the division, the Bears, Packers, and Lions, oh my, all 0-1. As we take a look at the weekly awards, we're pleasantly surprised as Justin Jefferson is the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Rightfully so. He had 9 catches, 262, and 4 gritties in the Windy City. Oh my heavens. But on the other side, in that instant classic that Randy Replay had the honor and privilege to call, Brisker, the strong safety, 8 tackles, 2 picks, 1 forced fumble. We did turn the ball over, and it led to one of the greatest games I've ever called and or experienced. On the other side, Deshaun Watson won the AFC Offensive Player of the Week, 25-34, 393, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. He was sacked 1 time, 3 carries, 15 yards. Anthony Richardson carried it more than he did, so saying something. And then, of course, the AFC Defensive Player of the Week, the middle linebacker Baker, 14 tackles, 3 picks, 2 of them returned for 6 points. Wowzers. Insane. As we get you ready for this game, we'll take a look at the injury reports like we do. I don't think anybody showed up on Wednesday's injury report. Everybody looks ready and raring to go as both teams are 100%. No injuries to report, so that's always good. We do have some issues, though. If we take a look at players' contracts that are expiring at the end of the year, Colin Johnson, you know, if he's been very vocal lately that he doesn't want to be here. The team let him walk last season. They brought him back. Eventually, you're going to have to let this guy decide. But the big one is going to be Justin Jefferson. The team is going to have to pay him for sure. He wants 4 years, $112 million. I'm being told that the rumors are they're going to offer $120 million. So an extra $2 million up on each year, making it $30 million a year for 4 years. So, oh boy, as well as that signing bonus. So JJ is about to get paid. It all depends on if he wants to be here or not. His interest is he obviously likes the new QB, so his interest is up there. Eric Kendricks, Danielle Hunter, they want to walk, but they will take contracts. Danielle, rightfully so, wants 3 years, $52 million. Cameron Dantzler, not bad actually. 5 years to 21.4 is the rumored. He wants to test free agency after he's had a little spike in his career. Of course, the team has $73 million in cap, so 30 of that goes directly to Justin Jefferson, or so I'm being told. And then Dalvin Tomlinson wants to play here for 1 more year, and he wants $7 million. So there you go. Jordan Hicks wants to be here, $2 million for him. That is a steal because he has been second in tackles in the division, or in the league, and on the team last season. So Jordan Hicks wants to stay here at a cut rate deal of $2.77 million. Oh my. And then, oh boy, we will get to Joey Sly in just a minute, but he has nothing he wants to do here. But he will take a 2-year, $696 million, call it 7, and you lock up the kicker. Do you want him? Doesn't want to be here really. And then Hunter Nicewander, 1 year, 1.3 mil. Lock him up. That's what I say. James Lynch ending his rookie contract. He wants 1 year, $3 mil. A guy who's really coming into his own, had to play last week a little bit. Got thrown in there. Troy Dye, who played a lot last week. And then Dan Chisena, who has lately been put on punt duties. He's coming out of his rookie deal. He wants just under $1 million. That's a no-brainer. Talking about Joey Sly, he went 50% last week in the 52-50 route. It would have been better had he made those extra points and the field goal. It would have been 57-50. They would have needed a touchdown. Instead of having to force a fumble, they would have kicked the game-winning field goal. And at some point, that has to be addressed, but we're going to find out really quickly if Joey Sly is struggling this season, or if it was just, like Randy said, the weather playing a factor, because both kickers, mind you, did miss a couple field goals and extra points. So we will find out here tonight in the controlled environment of US Bank Stadium. I'm being told that the doors will be closed despite it being good weather. So literally no wind. A couple of fan line chats coming through. The Bills are the laughing stock of the league. Oh boy. Well, I mean, a whole lot of the league is at 0-1. So we will see what transpires there. The Vikes seem to be coming up the ranks from last season. Yes, indeed. As you can see down at the bottom center of your screen, they are the #1 ranked offense coming into this week. No shock as they put up 52 against the Bears in a shootout. We are the 31th ranked defense though, so this is going to be a very interesting game. You have a mid-tier offense going against a bad defense. I'm just going to say it. And then you have a really good offense going against a mid-tier defense. So, there you have it. So we will find out if Joey Sly is who he says he is, or is who we think he is, or is he going to be off the team at the end of the year? Time will tell. So, controlled environment, you got to believe he's going to hit some of those field goals from those ranges that he missed. I do believe that is everything we wanted to get into before the game. Kickoff right around the corner. Thursday night football, prime time Minnesota Vikings football. Somebody's O has got to go in the Metro, not necessarily the Dome. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you in just a minute. And hello and welcome everybody. Thursday night prime time football here. JJ, after a stellar Offensive Player of the Week output last week, of course, the Saints debuting their new helmets here this evening. It's all fine and dandy. We love it. We'll be set asunder under the lights in Minneapolis. Somebody's always got to go down in the Metro, not necessarily in the Dome. Saints taking the field moments ago, and Minnesota Vikings now being introduced. There's Anthony Richardson leading out his team in live action here this evening. Joey Sly's going to be the A topic here tonight, leaving 5 points out on the board, out on the field, however you want to say it, the soaked field of Chicago. And of course, opposite him, you have Jameis Winston and the Saints. Both teams 1-0. We'll see what happens here this evening. Thursday night football coming to you live on the SSN. However you want to listen or watch. If you're here at the stadium, we do appreciate you listening to iHeartRadio. We'll have special promotions throughout the season. And as we get more into this thing, it'll become better and better. Minnesota has won the toss, have elected to defer as they usually do. Kickoff right around the corner. Joey Sly, the Sly guy, kicking it away. Okay, so prior to contrary belief, the doors are open tonight, so there will be a little wind. And here comes Jameis Winston. Speaking about win, he's looking to eat a W this evening. Minnesota Vikings looking to prevent that. Last week, he was 21 for 31, 209, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Let's change that latter number and try and get 4 away like we did last week. All right, so some early trash talk coming from Vikings fan line. Of course, the Falcons owner coming in. Disrespectfully, those helmets look ugly. And Jaquelin Roy almost had his first sack on Winston this evening. Of course, he picked up his first one last week. As a throw off to the right, he just threw it away. Here's 2nd and 10. And Harrison Phillips almost gets back there as well. There's Kamara getting hit. Oh, man. And that is Joey Porter Jr. falling down after hitting Kamara. So he will get 5 yards. Sorry, Andrew Booth Jr. There's so many juniors on this team, I don't know what to do. And we will see what Minnesota wants to do here. They come out, press coverage. Winston to throw. Throws across the middle, wide open. That's what that defense is going to do. They're going to give up some yardage, but keep everything in front of them. As you can see down the field, no options to speak of. He just found the soft spot in the zone, and they convert. So no Troy Dye here as Jordan Hicks gets most of the shared snaps with Kendricks. Here's a run to Kamara. And speaking of Kendricks, he will run down Kamara for a loss of 1. So very, very good so far. Troy Dye will check in. Like, what is the middle part? I don't even know. And there's Kamara again. We got Vikings running away from the tackles. And Kamara, however you want to say it. We'll see you tomorrow. And so there's another first down. Winston out of the shotgun. It's another give to Kamara. And Lewis Seen will bring him down around to Kendricks. So last week he had 154 and 2 touches. Looking to keep him off that as best as we can here this evening. So 2nd and 3 now. A lot of movement for Minnesota. Winston will get the snap. Throws, and Joey Porter makes the stop on the button hook. That'll be Darius Slayton on the catch. 9 yards and a first down. So giving up some yardage here are the Vikings. They will play press coverage to the outside. The safeties come down near the line to gain. Troy Dye takes down Kamara after a gain of just 1. That'll be 2nd and 9. So Troy Dye getting a lot of early snaps here this season. I kind of like it, actually. Flushed, throws. And he'll be brought down short of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd and 1. Chris Olave on the catch. Lewis Seen coming down. Winston flushed, had to throw it away. Miller was barreling down. He did take down Winston, no flag, and the Aints are going to go for it. 4th and 1, they're going to go for it. Harrison Smith down in the tackle box. Hicks, Smith, they don't get it. Turn him over on downs, Minnesota. Harrison Smith, Jordan Hicks, the team, the Basham brothers, and they turn over the Saints. Or the Aints, however you want to look at it, outtrots this Minnesota Vikings offense, who had a, all things considered, really good week. 21 of 37, 469, 5 touches, 4 interceptions for the rookie. And he does have a little bit of ways to go here, but this is what it's all about. You got to put yourself in situations where you're going to need to be. Aints choke, nothing new, right? First play of the game is a give to Cooks, who goes out to the right side towards the numbers. He'll get 16 on his first carry. And you hear the Baru coming. So he had blocking. If he just cut it to the left, he had more blocking, but he did what he had to do. So Dalvin Cook. 16-yard run, first play from scrimmage. Here's another give to Cook. He will try and squeeze in between 2 defenders. Brian O'Neill goes down to a knee here. Of course, the right tackle. And we'll see what happens here. He's limping off the field, going to the back. So Richardson from the shotgun gets the snap. It is a quick out to, looks like, Tyler Johnson. He'll be short of the line to gain, 3rd and inches now. So 3rd and inches. Anthony Richardson will come out under center. Phillips on the tackle. It is a give to Cook. Cook will carry a defender for the first down. They will go no huddle. And here we go. Richardson calling out protections. Gets the snap. He's got a man. It is JJ over the defender. JJ down to the 36, and we'll see the point. Oh, shaking the hips. Bah! So no point there, but Richardson and Justin Jefferson having unmatched chemistry here early in his career. Actually, early in both of these guys' career. Leg cramps will return soon. Robert Scott will come in until then. So Robert Scott, the rookie, being forced into a right tackle position. He wears number 73. You see him there, just left of Colin. Richardson in the shotgun. It is a give to Cook. Cook bounces off a defender. He will turn nothing into something as he just gets a yard there. Well, of course, last week, 29 yards, 121 and 2 touches. I highly suggest, if you have not yet, go back and watch that game. It was a classic. Went down to the very wire. Literally. Last second. So Richardson out of the shotgun, looks over the defense, gets the snap. Chooses to throw it. Oh, just overthrows Thielen. Hit as he throws, incomplete. So here's the draft class we're going to show you until we get in trouble for it. And yeah, it's kind of getting old. I don't want to see that every single time. So Richardson under center here on this 3rd and 9. And Richardson will call an audible. He's going to go into the gun. So Richardson into the gun here on this 3rd and 9. Empty setback, gets the snap. Pick play, incomplete. You got to believe Cook was in the wrong spot. Intended for Dalvin Cook, incomplete. We're gonna go take a look. How many times have they ran this? So Dalvin Cook out left. What happened? They kind of ran into each other. So what would have been maybe a first down, even pretty close to it. They kind of almost pick and roll each other. Thielen looking at the defender, almost runs into Cook, and the throw. Dang. So JJ was doubled. Cook was the guy. Incomplete. That'll happen. So Joey Sly on for a 52-yarder, and we'll see if the jitterbugs are out. Kick is away. It's perfect. So Joey Sly gives us a 3-0 lead here in the first quarter. From 52. Could have been good from 72 there. He hit that thing really, really good. Now to kick off. 3-0 lead here. Thursday Night Football. 9:18 left to go. They get down the field, but drive stalls out. Got to kick 3. Got to get your points. That was just a freak play. How many times have we run that? So out trots the Aints once again. Alvin Kamara and company. Winston under center, gets the snap, hand to Kamara. It is Zadarius Smith, and I do believe that is Dalvin Tomlinson will take down Kamara behind the line, loss of 3, and Zadarius Smith will be credited with the stop. And Kendricks will take down Kamara. That is Joey Porter. Not Joey Porter. There's too many juniors on this team. Andrew Booth Jr. there as well. So now a quick 3rd and 13. Minnesota playing press coverage to the outside. They're going to spread out the defense. And here we go. 3rd and 13. Winston, shotgun. Gets the snap. He's flushed. He's going to run. And Winston taking hits. Has to slide down. Gets 10, but see if they go for it. If they force a punt, they're sending the punt unit out there, and Wisnowski will punt it away for the first time for the Saints. So you're playing deep coverage. You're going to give up those running lanes. So here is Dan Chisena, the speedy guy. Dan Chisena gets a good return back up to the 38. Almost broke it loose. And here comes the Vikings offense. A little miscommunication there. This is the rookie's first home game. So that's okay. Couple kinks to work out. Don't worry. It's all going to get figured out. So here we go. Anthony Richardson under center for this one. Will be a play action call. throws it down the field. He's got a wide open JJ. And Justin Jefferson again, just like that. There's the point. My goodness, these two, they're on the same page. Oh, wow. Super fans are out tonight. Give him something to cheer about. On the run, he made a similar throw last week that was picked. This time, JJ wide open across the middle, and he loves it. This team is fired up. Really should be being 0-1. So Minnesota, welcome your new quarterback to the fray. First home game. Dalvin Cook gets his carry, stiff arms the defender, carries him up to the 28. That'll be 5-yard gainer, and we go again, 2nd and 5. Davis gets his first tackle of the evening. Richardson, shotgun, gets the snap. He's got a man. Incomplete. Dalvin Cook maybe was held there. Well, can we go back? What happened? So Dalvin Cook again, wide open off to the left, the wheel route. Just stopped. He just stopped. And wants a flag. Why do you just stop if you're Dalvin? That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown right there. Oh boy. So here we go. So 3rd and 5 now. So Dalvin Cook, a couple miscues here. Very uncharacteristic. Gets the snap, does Richardson. Throws across the middle. Cook catches this one down inside the 10. Down to the 8. They'll go no huddle. Minnesota moving the ball. Richardson tries to get him to jump. Won't happen. He'll move Cook left to right behind him. Gets the snap. Throw middle, Cook, same play, and it works. Touchdown, Minnesota. They go up 9-0 pending the kick. Dalvin Cook. You got to cover him, man. He got 2 touches last week. He's got 1 here today. And Anthony Richardson has his 6th touchdown of the season, only through 2 games. Nelly. So Joey Sly on to make his first extra point. No wind at all. We'll see if a guy can do it. Joey Sly's kick is away. It's near perfect. And the Vikings lead 10-0. Kamara looks on. Septum piercing and all. It is the far formation. And Zadarius Smith will bring Kamara back from the brink of a touchdown. He's waving goodbye. And that'll bring up another 3rd down. Oh, Zadarius saving the day for the Vikings. 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. Minnesota plays press coverage. 4-3 defense for the first time tonight. Of course, that is run-centric, and they don't get it. The 4-3 defense don't get it. They go for a field goal to make it 10-3. Eli Ricks does have a block in the preseason. Snap, spot, kick. It's all good. 10-3 Minnesota. So the 4-3 defense, which Minnesota ran for years and years and years, comes out and pays dividends here in the run blocking game as they hold the Saints just to 3 points. And Nishwander is going to have to punt out of his own end zone. Gets it away from his 2, rather. And Storm Duck causes a fumble, but they get the ball back. Oh my goodness. Storm Duck causes a fumble. Olave doesn't cover up. I mean, he's got to get on that ball there, number 23. Andrew Booth Jr., come on, man. So Storm Duck, of course, came over by way of trade. Gets a forced fumble, but Minnesota doesn't recover. So here we go. Winston, split back shotgun. Gets the snap. He's flushed. Throw down the middle. This is a toss-up, and it is Lewis Seen who comes across with it. So Lewis Seen will get a pick, his first of the season. And there was 3 Vikings there. I'm surprised nobody got this thing. So Winston flush, thrown on the run. Skull chance rained down, and my goodness. Rush throw. And here comes a field goal attempt. Make it 10-6. It's a fake. They run a fake and they get it. My God, you guys, come on. Either way, here we go. I formation. Watch the fullback. It is a keeper, and Von Miller will get the sack. So Von Miller was not fooled. Neither was Daniil Hunter. So they send the blitz. The pressure gets there, and we call it a day. Minnesota playing off. Short throw caught. Troy Dye tackles immediately. And now it will be 3rd and goal. And Minnesota will drop Von Miller in coverage. Shotgun. Winston. Sacked again. Daniil Hunter will get his. And he holds him down, making sure he knows who got him. Excuse me, so Von Miller dropped back into coverage. Jameis Winston didn't really know how to react. And Daniil Hunter beat double coverage. And offense likes that. We hold them to another field goal attempt. See if we can get a block here. Come on, Eli. Watch the fake, of course. Kick is away. It is good. 10-6. They won't try the block again. Oh, man. Santoso. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to score, but my goodness. Throws it for Thielen, who comes back for the ball. First down, Minnesota. So just 136 yards here in the first half. We got 6:30 left. So he avoids the sack. Lives to see another down. Something that the previous quarterback didn't do too much of. Richardson has a man. It's JJ. We get a gritty Thursday night football touchdown, Jefferson. And how many times have we called that? Well, I can tell you, it's 5. 5th touchdown of the year. And for Anthony Richardson, his 7th of the season. And how do you defend that? You have to play the safety deep, at least over top. I mean, when Minnesota sees a safety over top, they don't go to JJ in that situation. Joey Sly on to make the extra point. It's good. 17-6 now. 4:50 left to go here in the first half. A lot of defensive backs out there for this one. Daniil Hunter. Not full. Daniil Hunter with another sack. Daniil Hunter, his 2nd of the day. So they go nickel. They only rush 4. And my goodness, Daniil. And he has to get paid. The aforementioned JJ has to get paid. I mean, you're going to have all your money locked up prior to the draft. Thrown out of bounds, incomplete. Minnesota will play that off defense, keep everything in front of them. And here we go. Jameis Winston. They drop Von Miller. Dropping Von Miller in coverage. It is a short throw, caught out of bounds, incomplete for the 2nd straight time to that side. And Jameis Winston leads his guy outside. Here's another punt. Watch the fake. Josh Metellus in full punt fake formation. This snap is away. The punt is good. Dan Chisena. Returnable kick. Can we get him to the other side of the 50? No, but we're closer. Up to the 47. Enough for the first. They'll give him 8 though. I mean, if you play JJ off, and now of course you see they move that safety down, and they have one safety over top. So now they're scheming for that, and they go to Cook, and Cook will ride it down to the 15 rather. So that's what I was getting at. Oh, sorry, we can't go back yet. So that's what I was getting at. For those of us that pay attention to everything, if you play off, he gets that quick out to JJ. If you play like this, on single coverage, he beats you. So they bring down the extra corner, I do believe, or the safety, I mean. That is Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger. He don't give a they bring him down to cover that. So Anthony Richardson, they do wind up blitzing him, but Anthony Richardson, as you can see, look at what happens. Look at what happens. JJ's loose for another touchdown. No way to tell if Matthew was going to blitz. Either way, it's a great play. Dalvin Cook takes this thing down the field. Now, I want to see JJ throw a block on that other safety, but you can't complain when things are going your way here in Minneapolis. 17-6 from the 15. This is pretty cringy, but that's okay. Randy Replay here to stay. 2:39 left to go. JJ man in motion. It is the end around. Will he get the edge? He does. Sheds a defender, and he gets up to the 8. So 7 from JJ there. And how do you defend this guy? He can run. He can receive. My heavens, here we go. Richardson from the shoddy. He's going to send Dalvin Cook out as a wide receiver to the right. He'll go empty set. Gets the snap. Throw middle. Caught JJ. First down. Down to the 3. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. So they bring this an extra defensive back in just for that play. And it turns out to be a good decision, as that pick play that we've been talking about all season and half the season last year. One more time, sorry. So they send Thielen. JJ cuts it in. There's an extra defensive back right there. So, I mean, if that's a linebacker, JJ, you got to believe he'll beat him. But either way, here we go. So if you're Minnesota, what do you do here? Two minutes left from the 3. Nick Muse will be your man in motion. He goes from right all the way over to the left. It is a give to Cook. Cook will battle down to the 4. He'll lose a yard. Okay. So you tried the run. So a loss of 1. You tried the run here. So now from the 4. They're playing it. Snap Corral. Give us to Cook. Cook will get down to the 1. So Cook down to the 1. You got to believe this is 2 down territory here. You got to believe it. 2 down territory here for the Vikings. They'll come out in the I formation. CJ Ham checks in one of the first times in this one. And Dalvin will not get it. So a timeout is called. Obviously, Kevin O'Connell going over what he wants to do. He wants to leave the offense out there. So we'll see what they want to do here as they come out with a bunch formation to the right. Okay, so Minnesota making some adjustments. Richardson will get the snap. Throws, caught Colin Johnson. His first of the year, and Colin Johnson gets a touchdown in 4. Anthony Richardson, his 8th of his career, and I do believe that is his 3rd in this game. So my heavens, Anthony Richardson paying dividends here in Minnesota. Joey Sly, kick is away. Ekes in on the right side. 24-6. Under a minute left to go here in the first half. Here we go, as it were. Jaquelin Wide. It's Harry the Hitman. Harrison Smith with a pick 6. He says goodbye to Jameis, and we take the lead, and we pour it on here. Well, we've had the lead, but we pour it on as Harrison Smith does his dance. Well, hit his dance, yo. Does his dance. Well, pick 6, Minnesota. And again, off to the right, threw it right to him. Chris Olave had no idea the ball was coming. And again, Minnesota Vikings defense playing so good, but we have to remember, they're getting fired up, and they want the fans to get into it. It's amazing. It's good to see. We love it. We love to see it. We love to hear it. We love to experience it. We love to be all about it. But you have to remember, as Joey Sly kicks the extra point, it's 31-6. How many times has this team done this and then collapsed in the second half? Things might be fine and dandy now, but don't let off the gas if you're Minnesota. Don't get rocky. So here we go. down in the end zone. 35 seconds left to go. Momentum fully on the side of the Minnesota Vikings. Debuting new helmets are the New Orleans Aints. We got 2 players in the proverbial zone on defense, that being Von Miller and Harry the Hitman, who just had an interception. Von Miller trips, and so does Jacqueline Roy, rather. And a catch, tiptoe out of bounds. We'll give him that one. My heavens, so 2 guys trip, and a big pass goes for a completion. Oh, bring the crowd down a little bit. I keep saying the wrong name for Jaquelin, who gets past his defender, his offensive lineman yet again, Jaquelin Roy. And this will bring it down to the 10-second mark. They'll call a timeout, probably kick a field goal and get out of here. Just to make it 31-9. So we do let away some yards. Just a blown coverage. Cam Dantzler, I do believe the kick is away. It is good. So 31-9, Minnesota gets the ball back. You believe if they score, this thing is a little bit out of reach, but there is a lot of football to be played. 6 seconds left to go. Kick is away. Wong Wu lets it bounce out the end zone, and gotta believe it's just gonna be a kneel down or some sort of a run here for the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, it's gonna be a kneel down. I mean, I don't have a problem with this. You only got 6 seconds, you're up double digits, and we'll go to the locker room with a 31-9 lead going into the half. So at the half, 31-9, Minnesota's biggest lead so far this season. Again, very important not to let off the gas. Games upcoming. This Sunday is chock full of them. As you can see, the Bears and Packers, another big divisional game. Of course, you got the Falcons at the Titans, and you got the Chiefs at the Bills. So take a look at what happens. And then on Monday night, you got the Panthers at the Lions. So a lot of good divisional matchups for the NFC North. Hopefully. I wish it was possible for every team to lose, but the Packers and Bears, somebody's going to win there, you would think, right? Hopefully they end in a tie. And hello and welcome back into the booth, Minnesota Vikings fans. Your Minnesota Vikings lead, and now we have the highest QB rating ever seen by a Minnesota Vikings quarterback in this franchise. Anthony Richardson played the first half to a tune of a 133.5 QB rating. He was 13 of 20. 65% completion percentage for those of you that didn't know how to do math or simply didn't look over here. 181 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Most of those yards going to JJ. He's got what was it? 1 to JJ, 1 to Colin Johnson, and then the other 2 Dalvin Cook, I do believe. Speaking of which, Dalvin 15 carries, 75 yards in the first half, about pretty par for the course on where Dalvin is. Justin Jefferson, 3 broken tackles in the first half, by the way. JJ, 1 for 7. JJ, in the receiving game, 8 catches, 123, and a touchdown. Longest of 28. Dalvin Cook, 2 for 28. Colin Johnson, finally. Anthony Richardson throws it to somebody that's not a wide receiver. Dalvin Cook with a touchdown as well. And Colin, 1 for 1, 1 yard touchdown. Adam Thielen, 1 for 23 on the big comeback route, 3rd down. And then Tyler Johnson, 1 for 6. So just 5 different wide receivers, but we got a lead. So who's complaining? Nobody cares about blocking. We're going to go to defense, look at total tackles, and it's Lewis Cine with 11, Daniil Hunter with 6, Troy Dye, Eric Kendricks, and Harrison Smith all have 6. Tackles for loss, we had a bunch in the first quarter. 4 by Daniil Hunter himself. Also has 2.5 sacks. My goodness. Dalvin Tomlinson, Zadarius Smith, Von Miller, Eric Hendricks, and Sean Murphy Bunting each have 1. Sacks, we got back there 3 times. Daniil Hunter having 2.5, and then Von Miller splitting the other one. 2 picks in the first half. Harrison Smith and Lewis Cine. Harrison Smith's was returned for a touchdown. 1 forced fumble by Storm Duck, of course. The rookie cornerback coming over by way of trade. And wasn't recovered. by Minnesota. Joey Sly turns it around here, so to speak. 1 for 1 from 52, 4 for 4 on extra points. You love to see it. Hunter Nice Wonder, 3 punts, 156, netting 101 in the first half. Second half, Minnesota Vikings football. They will receive the second half kick up double digits, and we'll see what happens. This has been Randy Replay. See you in just a minute. And we'll see what they want to do here. Anthony Richardson from the gun gets the snap. He's got a man. It's JJ across the middle. He's got one man to beat. JJ will beat him into the end zone. We get the third gritty today. And my heavens, JJ and Richardson are in mid-season form, game number 2. Oh my goodness. Next Gen Stats will reveal that JJ reached a top speed here of 22 miles an hour. My goodness. As he goes into the end zone with the gritty, and Anthony Richardson, while being inconsistent more times than not, he's going to give you that kind of big playability, and he's showing it. Joey Sly, kick is good, 38-9. Now the near formation comes out. Daniil Hunter not fooled. Daniil Hunter has an opportunity. Cam Dantzler, get that? No, he tips it. And we almost got a tip pick again. So Daniil Hunter is destroying the interior of this offensive line. My heavens. I'll bring up 2nd and 10. And there's a stunt. And it's Sean Murphy bunting his first pick in purple, and he gets shoestrung down to the 34. Sean Murphy bunting. Kobe. And again, Daniil Hunter getting to Jameis Winston, forcing the bad throw. Intended for Michael Thomas. So Sean Murphy bunting came over in free agency. He gets his first pick here. And now that's a that's a storyline we forgot to report on. Taysom Hill, his former team. Will we see Taysom here in the second half? One thing's for sure, we'll see Dalvin here. No gain. My goodness. 44-yarder to put us up. 41-9. Joey Sly waiting. Snap, spot, kick is away, etches in, just squeaks into the right side of that upright. And Joey Sly, now I do believe 2 for 2. 5 for 5 on extra points. He's bounced back here this week. 41-9 is your score. We're going to give up some yardage here. And Von Miller, fumble, get that, please. Oh, Von Miller punched the ball out. Either way, you got to get that. Jaquelin Roy will tackle the lineman who got it. And oh my goodness, DJ Wanham almost had a fumble recovery. He just got tripped. I'll accept that. Von Miller ran into DJ Wanham. Dalvin Cook is fired up about that. So 2nd and 24 now. See what happens here, Minnesota. It'll be Daniil Hunter after a 3-yard gainer, and we'll see what they want to do here in this one. They're going to drop Von Miller in coverage. Kind of a weird formation for the Saints. Big throw, intercepted. Cam Dantzler, he gets another one. And he doesn't go down in the end zone. He'll get it out to the 10, but Cam Dantzler. Then he takes a knee. He thanks the Lord up above, and my goodness, what a time for a pick. That's on Michael Thomas. So Michael Thomas getting picked twice here tonight. And Dantzler, my goodness. 6 seconds left, gets the snap. And he can't throw it away. He fumbles it. And the Saints will get it in the end zone. And they score. Wow, okay. Well, there you go. You get your points. Tried to throw it away, but fumbles it in the end zone. Trying not to take the safety, but they give up a touchdown. 41-16 now. Give them 5, okay. Now we'll see what Minnesota wants to do here, 3rd and 13. Richardson, empty setback. It's going to be a throw. You got a lot of weapons out there. Gets the snap. And it's going to be Richardson tries to get it with his legs. The play broke down on that left side. And he'll get 10, but they needed 12. They'll punt it away. Give it back to this red-hot Minnesota Vikings defense. So nice, Wander. Again, probably going to wait until about the 10-second mark like they normally do. Gets the snap. Wobbly ball. Punts this thing away. Andrew Booth Jr. not going to be able to get there. It goes into the end zone, so a rare touchback. Well, not now, becoming not so rare. I'll bring up 3rd and 8. See what the Vikings do here. Winston shotgun gets the snap. Flushed, throws. And I don't know how you play that any better if you're Harrison Smith. Michael Thomas, the veteran, just going up there and getting it, and it's just a prayer shot. Gets the snap. They will back him off. Throws. Caught. And Chris Olave with the touchdown. So you gotta come back for the ball there if you're Harrison Smith. See if this is garbage time or if we got a comeback on our hands. Kick is away. It is good. 23-41 now. Richardson from the shotgun. Gets the snap. Throws, picked. Tried to get it over the defender. And he throws his first interception here tonight. Hold him to a field goal attempt. This to make it 26-41. Watch the fake. Andrew Booth Jr. On that fake side, the kick is away. It's a real kick. It's good. 26-41. Or 41-26. So we keep him out of the end zone. Anthony Richardson throws a pick. His 5th of the season. Thought he had a guy. Couldn't get it to him. It is A-OK. I'll bring up 3rd and 4 now. So 3rd and 4. Snap goes to Dalvin. Dalvin! Touchdown, Minnesota. He calls his team over. What are we doing? Dalvin, first touchdown of the day. Whoa. 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 They're doing the shimmy. The shimmy. So Dalvin Cook, 3rd and 4, 20 yards out. He gets it in, and my goodness, that should put it away. Nelly. So Joey Sly, the Sly guy, on to make it a 48-26 affair. Kick is away right down the middle. You love to see it. 8 plays, 83-yard drive, 4 minutes off the clock. Anthony Richardson loves what he sees from Joey Sly as he congratulates the special teams unit coming on the field. And now I'm getting told that it will be Taysom Hill. As we take a look at our interactive depth chart, Taysom Hill will be subbed in at quarterback, hoping to get a snap against his former team. Vikings in the 4-3 run prevent defense. It is to Kamara. He doesn't get it. Minnesota turns it over, and here comes Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill. Daniil Hunter with his 4th tackle. He's got to have like 20 for a loss here today. And on trots Joey Sly for the field goal. Is to make it 51-26. 44-yarder away, and it is good. So Minnesota almost matching the score it had last week. Anthony Richardson gets his first hold in the NFL. You love to see it. So Taysom Hill gets a little bit of time. You seal the deal here. Proverbial. Eric Hendricks. Winston flushed. Throws, end zone. Lewis Cine with the user. Ending the deal. Nick Boyle is down. Lewis Cine slow to get up as well. They kind of collided there. So Skull Chance will rain down from the heavens, from Valhalla, and Boyle immediately goes out. He got tangled up with Lewis Seen. I'm being told Lewis Seen is being escorted to the sideline as well. It's the snap. Dalvin Cook breaks down in the middle, stay in bounds. He does, sheds off a defender, gets off another, and he gets 12, and here we go. Let's count it down, everybody, for the win. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait, timeout. Minnesota calls a timeout. Kevin O'Connell has just called the timeout with 1 second left. What the heck? Kevin O'Connell. Oh no. Kevin O'Connell, what are you doing? Kevin O'Connell takes a second timeout for Taysom Hill to take a knee against his old team. This is a troll move if I've ever seen one. The Aints choke it again, as the Falcons owner said. Oh my heaven, Kevin O'Connell, you are petty. But here we go. They're gonna bring this thing down to 1 second, aren't they? The trolling continues here for the Aints. And Taysom Hill takes a knee against his old team. 1-0 victory. 2-0 Minnesota Vikings. Kevin O'Connell pumps his fist like he knows we're talking about him. And go home, Aints. The Aints will not go marching out. Victorious here tonight. 51-26 your final in an utter domination as the two quarterbacks meet midfield. We hear the final baroo of the evening. My goodness, what a team victory. Of course, is your Equinox Wireless player of the game. It is Justin Jefferson, who had another 200-yard outing here today. Oh, man. Call it what you will there at the end. I mean, Randy kind of likes it, and it is what it is. It happened. Eat it, Aints. Sorry, I'm getting fired. Anthony Richardson. I'm supposed to be a mutual party here. I'm very one-sided. I am a Vikings fan, but I'm bigger hater of the Aints. Anthony Richardson ends the game on a 125.7 QB rating, 16 for 24. He does end the game on 66% completion percentage. For those of you that didn't want to do math or simply didn't look over here. Excuse me. My goodness. 264 yards on the day. He did throw 4 touchdowns. Excuse me. 1 pick, which is the best ratio we've ever seen out of a Minnesota Vikings QB in this franchise. Of course, he did have a really, really good game. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception in the preseason. But that obviously doesn't matter. So 4-1 is the new. I mean, you decide to throw it. It was 3rd down, I do believe. You go to, you throw it into a traffic spot. I mean, it is JJ, but I mean, he's a rookie. It's his first home game. We're going to chalk it up to nerves there. I mean, we get the win. That's more important. Taysom Hill against his old team. Just throws it away for 1. He does get that kneel down at the end of the game to make this so much sweeter. So, I mean, Kevin O'Connell will probably get fined by the NFL, but if I know KOC, he will say it's well worth it. So a big rivalry forming here between these two teams. Dalvin Cook, 36 carries. He carried it a lot in the second half. 218, a touchdown, 7 broken tackles. Anthony Richardson, 3 carries for 9, 2 fumbles. One of them went out of bounds. One of them fumbled into the end zone when he was trying to throw it away. You could say it was a forward pass, but they called it a fumble on the field. Justin Jefferson, 2 for 7. Taysom Hill with the kneel down right at the end of the game. JJ, 9 catches, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Longest reception of the day, that big 77-yard strike, which kind of sealed the deal. After that, Minnesota, we gave up some yardage. We gave up that fumble touchdown, but I think we intercepted it 3 times after that play. Maybe twice. I know Harrison got his pick 6 right after that, I do believe, on the ensuing drive, if I'm not mistaken. Dalvin Cook, 3 for 29, 1 touchdown. Adam Thielen, 2 for 28. Cullen Johnson, 1 for 1 and a touch. And Tyler Johnson, 1 for 6. So they were holding him. My goodness. Nobody cares about blocking. Go to defense, look at total tackles, and for the second straight week, we have multiple guys with double-digit tackles. It's Lewis Seen, Eric Hendricks, and Harrison Smith. I do believe 3 guys that rounded out the top 3 last week, if I'm not mistaken. Feel free to correct me. Danielle Hunter and Troy Dye, who is getting a lot of playing time, and I kind of like it. He's doing good. He's not a starter. Jordan Hicks is kind of getting subbed in and out. Maybe he's battling an injury. Who knows? But anyway, 9 tackles for him. Andrew Booth Jr., Cameron Danzler each with 7. Sean Murphy-Bunting with 6. Got his first pick in purple tonight. Jaqueline Roy, who had an amazing stat line. 4 tackles, 2 of them for a loss. Zanarius Smith and Von Miller with 4. Storm Duck, who had a forced fumble, 2 tackles in this game. And then Eli Ricks right there at the end gets his first tackle in the NFL. So welcome to the NFL, Eli Ricks. Tackles for loss, we had a ton. We added on our number in the second half. 4 for Danielle Hunter, 2 for Jaqueline Roy, Von Miller, and Eric Hendricks. Dalvin Tomlinson, Zadarius Smith, and Sean Murphy-Bunting each had 1. QB sacks, we got back there 4 times. 2.5 by Danielle Hunter, 1.5 by Von Miller. Of course, they split the 4th sack, I do believe. Or was it the second? Either way, they split a sack. It's okay. We're doing good. Interceptions, we had 5. We turned over the New Orleans Saints 5 times here today. Lewis Seen had 2. Sean Murphy-Bunting got his first in purple. Cameron Danzler had 1. Harrison Smith had 1. Returned it for a touchdown, by the way. Pass deflections, we had a ton. Cameron Danzler with 2. Bunting with 1. Lewis Seen and Harrison Smith also had 1. 2 forced fumbles in the game. Storm Duck and Von Miller recovered only 1 of them. Oh, we didn't recover any. What? Oh yeah, that's right. The lineman. He ran into the lineman, and the offensive lineman for the Saints stepped on it. So Minnesota Vikings. I got some stuff to talk about defense at the main screen. Yeah, no block kicks, no safeties, and 1 defensive touchdown for your Vikings today. Joey Slye bounced back after a rocky start to his season. 3 for 3 from 52 being the longest. 6 for 6 on extra points. You'll love to see that. 4 punts for a nice wander. 210 netting 135. He had 1 touchback. Kick return. Kenny Wongwu, 3 for 65, longest at 24. Punt return. Dan Chisena, new punt return guy, 3 punts returned for 28 yards, longest of 17. So he's trying to dance around a little bit too much. He's got speed. He's just got to use it. So a good game here today by Minnesota. They climbed up 2-0, and the Aints will be 1-1. We're helping out the Falcons, who their owner checks in a lot, of course. Doesn't like the team. That being the Aints. So this makes things interesting for that NFC South battle between those guys. And then for week 4, what are these teams going to look like? Minnesota has put up 50 points in 2 games. So it's very, very toxic. Not toxic, but a very, very potent offense here this year. They now have 103 points in 2 games. That is scary. It's good, but it's scary for the rest of the league. Once again, the proceeding was a presentation of the NFL on the SSN. Any rebroadcast, redistribution, or reusage of this broadcast is prohibited without the express written consent of the NFL, the SSN, or any of its subsidiaries. This has been Randy Replay. Once again, your Minnesota Vikings victorious Thursday night primetime, 51-26. I will see you in just a moment. And hello and welcome back to the main screen. So the mock draft is not actually out. We do have another player on the weekly awards, and it is Dalvin Cook. 36 carries, 218, 1 touchdown, three catches, 29 yards, and a receiving touchdown. There you have it. And it's Trayvon Diggs. 4 tackles, 4 picks for the Falcons, as he will pick up NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And on the other side, it's Kansas City, who, for lack of a better word, took it to the Bills. 487, 7 passing touchdowns, 2 picks, 3 sacks, 1 fumble, and then Peppers, 3 picks there. So, as we look around the NFL this week, Minnesota 2-0 at Green Bay. Danielle Hunter leads the league in sacks. Justin Jefferson leads the league in terms of yardage. Yeah, everyone takes it to the Bills. Oh boy. They will turn it around in Buffalo, you have to believe. So, excuse me, my goodness. You got Denver at Jacksonville. That'll be a good one. You got Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Randy really wanted to check something off of last week that he totally forgot to. So we're going to go back to the league schedule. We're going to go back to week number 1. And we're going to take a look at the 49ers and Bengals. And Cincinnati beats the 49ers in the Super Bowl rematch 28-24. So Cincinnati bests them in the Super Bowl last season and bests them week number 1 here in the Hall of Fame game. Of course, Thursday night football. And then going back to the, going back to the league schedule here. You do have the Aints fresh off of a loss, an L, a choke. Excuse me. Sorry. I had a jelly bean. Going up against the Atlanta Falcons, who are red hot at 2-0. And then you have Buffalo traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers of Anaheim. So really good games across the board here this week. And then, of course, Thursday night, you got Dallas at New York. And then Monday night, you got Kansas City at Miami. So, yeah, good week of football. The 0-2 Eagles are a surprise so far. The Cincinnati Bengals picking up right where they left off last season. The Browns in the playoff team last year, 2-0. And Minnesota has a 1-game lead over everybody in the division after 2 weeks. We bring you next week, Sunday action. My goodness, I'm still reeling over that victory to the Aints. As Minnesota will be traveling to Green Bay, and then we're in Atlanta, and we come home to face the Los Angeles Chargers of Anaheim. So, pretty good couple weeks coming up. We have a division game, and then I don't think we have another division game until after the bye. So, oh boy. Yeah, I think that's going to just about do it. There was an injury to a right tackle, O'Neal, and it's not going to keep him out of any sort of action, so that's good. Not Brian O'Neal, sorry. He'll be healthy and good to go next week. Oh, and Lewis Seen was slow to get up. He's not appearing on the injury report as well, so that's good to know. Yeah, so that'll do it for this one. This has been Randy Replay once again, because we love to say it against two teams here. Minnesota victorious, 51-26 against the Aints, and we are going to beat the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you in the next one.